Hey, Becky Stern here to share with you all of the neat knitting tools I got over the holidays. I don't even know where to start. There's so much cool stuff. I guess first would be these square knitting needles. They're made by Collage Yarns. They've got like a square shaft instead of a round shaft until you get up to the point here, and they're much easier to hold on to if you tend to be having your needles slide around in your hands. Maybe easier if you have carpal tunnel or RSI, I'm not sure. And then, I don't know, I'm just working on a little scarf here. I use a circular needle when I think I might be taking the project on a trip. Like I usually knit on the subway, so the circular needle means that there's no second loose needle to lose track of while I'm working on a project, so that's pretty convenient. I can just stick that in my bag and work on it. And then, let's see, I've been working on some gloves lately, and they need tiny double-pointed needles and stitch holders and stuff, so those are always fun to get in all different sizes. And I came across these really neat double-pointed knitting needles made by Signature Needle Arts. They get this really interesting texture down the metal. I don't know how they managed to do that, but it really like grips onto the yarn, which means it doesn't fall out when you put your project down, and sort of makes working with small stitches like socks a lot easier. I don't know if I can, let's see, I think I can make it make noise. If you run your fingernail across it, it makes like this little bumpy noise. And then the points are just, you can actually order them in different shaped points. These are called the stilettos, and they really let you get into those sock stitches. They come in a handy little case. I also got some stuff for blocking. So when you knit your garment, and like if you're making a sweater and you make the front of the sweater, the sleeves of the sweater, and you want to put them all together, it's best to block them first. It's basically wiring it up, pinning it down, and wetting it or steaming it, and then all the fibers kind of renaturalize, and you end up with a perfectly shaped, non-rolly knitted piece that you can then join together. I've been using it on the knitting machine to sort of unroll the edges of the things so that I can seam them together, and it's just overall pretty good. So I got a set of blocking wires, so just these long steel wires, and you kind of put it along the edge of the knitting, and you pin it down with these T-pins to some kind of mat. You can use a big piece of cardboard, but a blocking mat's best. It's this thick foam material. But if you'll notice that a set of these blocking mats is pretty expensive, but it's the same exact thing as interlocking exercise flooring, so you can just use this stuff. It also appears sometimes in kids' play mats. All it is this thick piece of foam, and it interlocks with other ones. So if you're doing a scarf, you could do like 6 in a row or something like that, and if you were doing a sweater, you could just put some more over here. So it's really handy. The exercise matting's about $1 a piece. And let's see, something I didn't get over the holidays, but I made, I got this knitting needle organizer a long time ago, and it works out really handy, and turns out my mom needed a new one, so I just cloned this one. I had some big piece of fabric laying around, and all it is this big folded up piece of canvas with stitches delineating like the different slots for knitting needle sizes for long and short. And then I've got some stitch holders in here too, so it was pretty easy to remake it. I actually added some extra pockets because I added these extra pockets for circular needles and things that scissors and things I have a hard time sort of storing, and so I think I actually tried to make it a little bit better. But it's a really useful thing to have if you've got knitting needles kind of collecting in a jar or a can somewhere, and you want a way to easily sort out the sizes. So that's all of the new stuff I got. I want to hear what you got over the holidays and what some of your favorite knitting tools are. So post them in a comment below, and I'll see you next time on the craft video.